when and let's just be realistic, get married in 12 months, he falls off in 3 years. Why am I not able to pick? I've made millions, so why would I not be able to sustain our lifestyle at that level and still have a successful relationship?
Because you wouldn't have respect for him.
Why we're married? Why wouldn't I have respect for my?
Because, excuse me, ma'am, you didn't have respect for the millionaire who was already paying for you years ago. Women, excuse me, you asked hypergamy. You are extreme hypergamous. Women do not typically have respect for men they got to pay for. Is this person older?
Yes.
So you'd be paying for an older man to raise his kids, and you'd be respecting him and be feminine. You couldn't be feminine when you were younger with a millionaire. Guys, you can learn a lot from this, because this is what I mean. It's the modern woman. And the point is, you women, you have so little value in who we are as men. Go back 20 minutes ago. If I asked you to write out in detail who this man was, that piece of paper would damn near be blank. But if I ask you to write out your lifestyle, you'd write War and Peace. The man is interchangeable as long as he has the lifestyle and can keep you entertained. But he has to be monogamous. But that's not his job. Your job is to be on his program. Your job is to keep him entertained. Your job is to stay his wife. And that's why I'm like, guys, you can learn a lot from this call.
To make his life easier, make him happy, and be his basically his trophy to show off, because he is the prize. I'll go with that. Why am I not in a position in a marriage to respect him as a man that he, maybe needs to take a step back? Why would we have a shift of power in a marriage?
Because if you end up having to pay the bills, that means you're not able to raise your children, and you're going to resent him for the fact that you can't be doing what you really want to do. Because you want to do what you want to do. Listen. You mean it? If you think I believe that you would go back and work 8, 10, 12 hours to make millions of dollars and be happy with dudes sitting up there at home with the kids, it doesn't work, ma'am.
He would never sit there.
Ma'am, it does. Okay, ma'am. You asked a question. If a man is making less than you, your respect is going to go down. The clock, gentlemen, understand something. This is why I tell you to make more than your woman. Because when there is a clock, when he stops making more money than her, that motherfucking clock starts ticking. The countdown to her being out. And one thing, ma'am, you would be out. You would be out. And that's not, because that's what the world has told you ladies to do. If a man can't provide this, because the man himself, you ain't said nothing about who this man is, his character. It's been about the money and the lifestyle. Cool. That's why I said side chick. But a man, if he has any sense, he has to understand that you need to understand who this man is from a character standpoint and what he has to deal with. All we've talked about is you. You. And what I'm saying is this ain't too far off from what you described in a 3-year relationship.
But I'm bringing peace and making his life easier, so he falls off my.
Who gets to determine whether or not you're bringing peace?
His attitude.
Who gets to determine whether or not you're bringing peace?
His attitude. He decides that.
Right. Okay, so I need you to stop. The guy you were with for 3 years. If I asked him right now, hey man, did you experience her as a peaceful woman? He'd say what?
He would say yes. He would call her paranoid. He would say she's paranoid.
Right. You weren't submissive, but you were peaceful.
I was peaceful, but I wasn't allowing him to be a man. I was not allowing him to.
That's not peaceful.
I was scared.
I don't care. The outcome, ma'am, whatever your motives were, the outcome is whatever it wasn't peaceful. And that's why I said, who gets to determine? The man does. And you're not listening.
So you don't think as a man he should have made me feel safe?
Oh, Jesus.
In any way, shape, or form? You don't think it should be
A millionaire make you feel, excuse me. No. And that's the problem. That's what that woman said last time on Instagram. Modern women have been told that a man owes you everything, all of him, and he's supposed to make you happy, feel safe, and that ain't it. Here's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to make him feel. Listen, ma'am, this is a masculine attitude. You want a wife.
No, but I did learn from my mistakes.
Okay.
And that's what they're doing.
Uh-huh. Well, if this has been a practice test, you need to go back to therapy.
There on Tuesday.
Ma'am, you said it. If you didn't have the packaging, you wouldn't be asking for what you're asking for.
But again, like at least I'm to a point where I have learned from my mistakes and I'm able to see.
Why does a man in the top 1/10 of 1% have to accept an at least time?
He doesn't.
Exactly, he doesn't. Thank you. He doesn't. That's my point, ma'am. That's my point. That is my point. As an 8, you have to compete with 9s, 10s, and adjustable 6s and 6s. All of those women who bring what you bring, many that bring more, and several of them are not at least time. Many of them have been raised to be the support system. Many of them have been told by their mothers, "Oh yeah, you get this man, yeah, girl, yeah, you get the name on the insurance on the da-da-da-da-da, but he's going to have a woman and a mistress and an executive assistant. You got 4 women you got to deal with to manage that one man, and you better be happy with it. Don't call me talking about you mad and you want to come home. I'm not going to hear it. I'm going to hang up on you and tell you to go bring my grandbabies to me. It ain't about you."
But why can't I help that $1 million man and be loyal and be, the housekeeper, the homekeeper?
What's your job?
My job is from a laptop.
No, what's your job as a wife?
My job as a wife is to take care of the home, to clean, cook, and
So what do you need to help him with?
help him with his daily to-dos. Like if his laundry's not done, if his breakfast is not ready, like his daily to-dos.
That's not helping him. That's just doing your job.
But I feel like as a wife, I'm making his day to-day.
Ma'am, you said how come you can't help him? Help him by doing what, your job?
I fill in the blanks. I fill in where he lacks. So what he needs in that situation, that $1 million man, what he needs from me, that's where I go in and I do what I'm asked.
And therein lies the rub. Say that last sentence.
I do what I'm asked.
Right. You have to be asked. The women who marry these men are proactive. They already know what to do.
Everything I know what to do, you're saying wasn't doing anything.
It wasn't. That's why you're not married to this day. Guess what? Because you weren't trained to be a traditional wife. You were trained to be a modern woman. That's why you said if I didn't look the way I did, if I had a different packaging, I couldn't ask for this. You can go back and listen to this yourself, and you need to pay me. Fuck your therapist. Because I've given you more to think about than anybody's couch would, because I talk to women like you daily. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mean any disrespect. You're not special. He is. Beauty is common. 1% men aren't. And what I'm saying is you're competing with women who don't have to be told what to do. They already know what to do, and they're being proactive. They say, you're a cardiologist, you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're this, you're that. Like, I'll give you an example. I spent my birthday with a high-value man and his fiance that he met in my group. She shot her shot, and she was a proactive solution to him, so much so that he's actually putting her into law school so she can go work for his practice. That's how that works. Not be pretty and be willing to do if you feel like it, but do what you've been trained how to do, taught how to do, and then study your man enough to know what needs to be done without being asked. You want a good example of what we're talking about? You ever watch Iron Man?
Yes.
Pepper fucking Potts.
Yes.
That ain't what I'm talking to right now, is it? I'm talking to the woman at the beginning. The woman that was the reporter.
I definitely feel like I can be the Pepper Potts.
Sure you can, but it's not, but here's the thing. It's not a matter if you can be, it's how long would it take?
I have to be proactive. I have one question though. Why can't a self woman work just like the man, and why can't I bring anything to the table?
Who's going to raise your kids?
I can't vote from the computer at all. Like, it's not even a possibility in that type of relationship. Like, a high value man, there's no possible way for a woman to
What's the more important job, man? Okay, think about what you just asked. Why can't I work? What is more valuable to that man?
raising our children.
Why are you still trying to go to work? Because that's what makes me feel valuable. Because it gives me input in control and power.
I just want to be able to do for my $1 million man the way he does for me to some level.
And I asked you, what is important to him?
What's important to him is,
Raising good kids is what's important to him, not $100,000 more. See, the kind of man you're talking about, say, fuck the money you're going to make. I'll go make another 150, 200, 500, another million. Raise my children correctly. Give me my legacy. I'll make the money. You're still trying to be the husband.
I just want to know why I'm not able to in modern society. But you're right.
Why do you want to?
I just would like to try to make his life easier in any way, shape, or form. Why is that?
What makes you think money is going to, if he's making the ends meet like a motherfucker, why does he need you for that for?
You're right. I'm just raising the kids.
That's my point. And you would be a better fit with the $80,000 a year guy. But you wouldn't respect him.
There would be a power problem.
You wouldn't respect him.
Be like me.
But I want you to ask.
Proactive though, I definitely being proactive though in the right room, I can make $1 million man's life easier and raise our children.
Okay. Today you're a side chick, a mistress, a fun girl. Ma'am, I'm not going to change that because your attitude is not appropriate for what these men want. It's not whether or not you can be. It's not whether or not. See, the fact that you're still not. Okay, what if I'm right?
I definitely feel like in a lot of situations you are right. I just would like to know why $1 million man wouldn't want some type of anything. Like, why is there no possible way to do just even 70-30? Like, even just a 70-30, I raise the children, I pay for a birthday.
You ready? You ready? You ready? Because it's you that values the money. It's you that values the lifestyle. The men who make this kind of money don't even spend money on themselves. They spend money on their kids, on their women. They walk around try to get them to buy something for them. The only way I can get guys like this to buy something is I got to get their wife to get it for them because they make enough. You're trying to give him value the way he gives you value instead of being feminine and submissive and pay him that way. You're trying to pay him in a masculine provider way.
So
Your revenue is femininity and submission, the same thing you didn't give the first millionaire. You're trying to give a millionaire money. What the fuck? That's like trying to give a cow beef.
his love language was gifts. That's what I was
Then suck his, ooh, Jesus.
told me that. If we're being real, he said it.
Then his love language is gifts. Then dress up like a French maid. Did he say his love language is expensive gifts?
He liked gifts. He liked to be given gifts. Like,
Okay, but did you give him the gift of submission? That's the one motherfucking thing he wanted. You're the mother, you're the parent that says, I want a bicycle, I want a bicycle, I really want this bicycle, I want a bicycle. And you're the mother that buys the books, the clothes, the Play-Doh, the G.I. Joe, the video game and everything else. You buy everything else. And then the kid is sitting there like, ooh, all that costs like 10 bicycles. I gotta have a bicycle. And they finally grow up and be like, Mama, I love you, appreciate it. And you know I appreciate it, but when I was 10, I really wanted this Green Lantern bicycle, and you bought all this other stuff, and I love it. But why didn't you take that money and just buy the bicycle?
That's why I learned from my mistakes.
No, you got to answer the question. I didn't get you the bicycle because I wanted to see you with other things. I wanted to see you get what I wanted to give you. It's control. And this is not attractive. It makes good sex. It makes great sex. It makes really, really good sex. That's why you find these men who have really pretty side chicks. You know, I think you more or less, I don't think you're a housewife. Maybe when you grow up, you'll be an executive wife. Because you have to have some power. You have to have some sort of power. Huh?
I definitely feel like once I have a child, I definitely will.
Will you have a nanny?
No.
Will you have a maid?
No.
An au pair?
An oh what?
An au pair.
What is that?
Somebody to help with the kids.
No, I'm gonna take care
Do you
of
have any pets?
We'll have maybe a dog.
Do you have any pets?
No.
Are you an only child?
No.
Have you ever babysat?
Yes.
What's the longest you've ever been with a 6 to 1 year old?
I was an overnight nanny for years, so for infants under the age of 2.
Okay. Maybe. You know, when women get pregnant, maternal instinct does happen. But I think, basically, man, you're going to get bored. You need to be in the mix.
Bored with my child?
You get bored, period. You get bored just on a Tuesday.
But I feel like as a mother, I don't have children, so I can't speak to the degree I want, but I just feel like when that opportunity is there and I have a child, I don't think...
That's fine, but those children will eventually grow up to not need you to helicopter. They will eventually grow up to not need you to helicopter them. Then what does life look like?
Life looks like me and my $1 million husband traveling the world. Still.
No. Your $1 million, oh Jesus, your $1 million fucking dollar husband has to work because he does it boring. Like, she don't even get it. What she doesn't get is you go, $1 million man marries you. You have his 3 kids. Then his last child is 7 years old. The oldest is 10. They don't need to be tender-yeared anymore. Now you got kids, whether they're homeschooled or going to private school, they're not home every day. You've been out of the workforce. Your desire to go make money doesn't fulfill you and make you feel like you're contributing. What do you think? All of a sudden now the kids are, we're going to just travel? No, those kids, you can't travel until those kids are out.
Okay, so my children are out.
But what are you going to do between the years of 7 and 18?
PTA meetings.
Right. Remember, go back about 40 minutes ago when we talked about boring. And see, that's the thing. Men who make a lot of money have to live structured, consistent lives, which are boring. You like to be in the mix, man. That's why, and this is why we keep coming back to this money thing and this and that. We spent a lot of time here, and this has been informative, but I need you to understand that even though I've given her a lot, she's still going to do what she thinks is right, which is fine. But I'm going to tell you, it's the mindset. Because here's the thing, you got to ask yourself a question. If you get it in the room with these guys, and there are a finite amount of them, if you don't get them, then what? If you don't get a millionaire, then what?
Then I would have to start taking discounts. That's the inevitable.
And how much of a discount? Right. So, at what age is that going to happen?
I would say 29.
What is the price going to be then?
85,000, I guess.
Oh, so you can ask for $1 million at 27, but at 29 it's going to drop to 85,000.
You're making me feel like my biological clock is ticking.
Oh, I didn't do that. That's your creator. I didn't do that. That's the creator.
But I mean, I feel like at 29, if I'm not in a
Okay, I got a couple more questions though. What are you prepared to put up with? Because you say monogamy, you didn't really want that, but what are you willing to put up with for this? Because what else are you willing to put up with?
Long work hours.
Oh, that's standard.
So what is considered not standard for me to be able to?
No, whatever the man has to do to make money, he has to continue to do that. But what I'm asking is, what are you willing to put up with? If he is, like I said, not having monogamy, are you willing to gladly accept that?
You already put me in the scenario. Yes,
I'm not. I want to get it on the record. Are you willing to gladly accept it?
I don't think gladly.
Okay. Not well. If it's begrudging, then he's going to be passive aggressive. That's going to cause problems. That's why I'm like, if you want a man up here, you better understand. It'll be better to understand this is likely what it's going to come with, and you might as well just be glad and accept. It's kind of like getting a shot.
Okay, so for this situation, yes, we would gladly.
Well, okay, but that's only one thing. Then what else?
I need to know what else is the standard discounts that we're.
What else are you willing to put up with this man? Because he comes himself. What if he is, how tall are you?
I'm 4'11".
Okay. What if he's has a dad bod?
A dad bod.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel like that's something that can be changed. So that's not.
No, it's not changing. That's what he has. It's not. No, we're not going to change.
For the rest of his life.
Yep. And he's only going to get older. Okay, well, dad bod, what about if he starts to lose his hair?
That's definitely something I'm willing to put up with.
What about if you really can't have orgasms that frequently with sex? And we're talking less than 5% of the time. How about this? When you have sex, you got to actually pleasure yourself.
Consistently?
Oh, yes, consistently. And for an audience who thinks I'm joking, trust me, I'm asking these questions because, go ahead. Sex is about 15 minutes and it's about him.
That one's going to be harder.
Okay. So you can't tolerate, so you need to have a good sex life?
I would say above average.
What if you got a little Johnson? Women say that shit all the time, and then dudes with little dicks will tell you that's not true. Yeah, I can stop this bullshit. Bottom line is, I want you to understand, we've talked about his money. We haven't even talked about the man. What does he have? Does he have to look? Does he have to be very attractive? Or can he be average looking?
He can be average.
Like CeeLo Green?
Yes.
All right, cool. And he can still have a mistress and mistresses. And all these things compound, ma'am, because I asked you what else are you willing to accept? Yeah, see, ma'am, see, what I'm trying to get you to understand is what else. See, for what most women think I'll accept that, but that's just one thing. Life goes on.
I don't know if I'm accepting a public mistress.
Sure.
Public?
You would know about it, not necessarily public, but you would know. But it's not like he throw it in your face and try to humiliate you. That you don't have to accept that. It comes with rules.
Public humiliation.
I said it does not. I just said that that's not good for his brand. So no public humiliation, but you would know. You'd have her phone number, email address, everything else. You'd actually can call him. He's over there every Wednesday night. You know.
So at this point, we have a mutual understanding. So yes.
This is how it happens, man. And see, what I'm saying is women who have the kind of lifestyles you're talking about, know it comes with a man who has to work a certain way, do a certain thing, and he's not going to get everything from you. And your job, and so I think it's interesting that women want everything from this man. It's like, you not realize that these men are going to have other interests. And a lot of these women aren't getting the best sex. They're getting average sex, if at all. Maybe you don't get it as often. Are you happy with having a relationship with his money and not the man? Because more often than not, he ain't going to be around.
I appreciate a man that is providing for us, so yes.
Okay. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is you got to think about the man and the environment that comes with it. Men who make a lot of money work long hours. They got a lot of commitments. They got a lot of responsibilities. They have a lot, and as a woman, the way you started this conversation is you got a lot of demands for a man. I'm like, then you need to have a man that's around average. You can't be talking about a man up here. You can't make all those demands of that guy because he'll just find the women who already understand that. All right, man. And whoever you're in a relationship with, man.
Thank you so much for having me on. I feel like I learned.
Yeah, send me a cash out my money.